Welcome back to the Foundry. I really wasn't intending to do a video on what should be a quick and easy repair to the rammer interior, but I've been unable to source a new component that I need. I found a used one. It's not exactly right, but I'm just gonna have to improvise and work with what I've got. So I figured this would be good to add to the rammer series, because odds are if I'm having this issue, others are as well, and hopefully this, if it works, this might help you out. So let's see how it goes. And now, of course, it's raining and the temperature's dropping, so I'm just going to jump up in here. So this is what we're dealing with. This is the A-pillar cover, and of course now we don't have adequate lighting for you to even see it. But if you watch my last video in this series, this got broken while I was tracing a speaker wire to that tweeter right there. These are very brittle, just like anything on, let me get over here, maybe that'll be a little better for the light. Just like anything on a second gen interior, it's kind of brittle. They'd have been better off just making it out of graham crackers. It would have held up better than this mess. But, it's got these tabs that slide up into the A-pillar, and they just snap off of that cover. So immediately went to LMC Truck. They don't have one for a second gen. They've got them for the third gen, but not the second gen. Couldn't find any aftermarket, or I couldn't find one for a second gen period that was the correct color and had the speaker. So they make an aftermarket one that you can put gauges in, and man, they were like $300 and some odd for the cover and the gauges, and I don't really need those gauges. I'm not hot rodding, and I don't tow heavy with this truck. It's all pretty much stock. I just want a freaking stock cover like this one, but they can't be had apparently. So my only option was to go with a used one. Couldn't find one this color, and the used one's actually still on a truck, so I have to remove it in hopes that I don't break it getting it off of there. So this should be interesting. So here's the one in the donor truck. It appears to be in good shape. Of course it's the wrong color, but it's not loose. Full disclosure, I didn't fully break mine. One of the previous owners had broke off the tab down there and cracked the one up here, so when I went to remove it, I just finished it off. But this one has been off before, it looks like, because it's got this aftermarket microphone for the Bluetooth. So I'm basically just going to roll my fingers up in here and here. What you want to do is pull straight out. You don't want to pull to one side or the other. That's how you break that plastic. So you pull it straight out and then bring it up. It exposes the wire where there's a plug, and you can unplug the speaker, and it should come right out. Let's see how it goes. It's back behind the weather stripping. You just pop it out like that. And this one does have a broken tab, but the rest of them look good. I'll show you when I get it out. But just unplug this. And they had it out when they installed this right here. Now that's the one that's broke. This one's in good shape. Oh, and actually this one's in good shape. I thought it was cracked when I looked back there before. So it's got the two most important ones. I don't know if I had the camera where you could see it. But this one here is broke off. But this one's still here, and this one's still here. And these are the two most important ones in the way I look at it anyway. So yeah, now we have to address, I don't know what that was. Something fell out of it. So now we have to address the fact that it's the wrong color. So this is what I came up with. Vinyl and fabric. Should be, well, it says on the can, ideal use for dashboards, door panels, center consoles, trims, and seats. So if it says it on the can, obviously it should be fantastic, right? So it's a little lighter than my interior color, but the dash cover that's on that truck is closer to this color than that color. Plus the A-pillar cover on the other side is slightly more faded than this one was. So I think it'll be a pretty good fit. It's really kind of the closest they had. They had one that was darker, but it was actually darker than that. So I knew it wouldn't really match the dash. So we're just going to roll with it. I don't think it's going to be any little color difference. I don't think it's going to be very noticeable at all. You can see there's still plastic flying out of this one. It was pretty well broke right there, and that's one of the more important pieces. And these are broke but still intact. I could actually glue my clips back on here and pop it up there, and it would probably stay until you went to take it off again and it would snap off. And then of course these are broken. So I'm going to try painting this good one, or a better one. And I may try to glue on that keeper back on this. And like I said, pushing in is not particularly stressful on it. It's when you take it back off where the glue's going to break, which, who cares at that point, as long as it stays up there and it doesn't rattle. Also, this wire, the things that hold it on here are still intact, whereas these were broke, so this was just rattling around in there. I might pop that speaker out when I paint it so that I don't get paint all over the thing. All right, got it painted. It is just a little bit lighter than this one, but I think it'll be just fine, really. And so for prep work, all I did was take some cotton balls with a little alcohol, and I scrubbed it down just to remove any dirt or residue that may have been on it. The surface is already textured, so there wasn't any need to do any sanding or anything like that. But overall, I think it turned out good, and so I'm going to pop this thing back on there and see what it looks like in the truck. Well, she's in there, and it's a pretty good match. I mean, it ain't perfect, but looks good. Way better than that mess just dangling up there from before, and it's a pretty close match to that one over there. This ought to wrap up the interior project for a while anyway. I'm still going to replace the headliner. It's not a huge priority, so just kind of when I get to it. So if you're considering using that Duplicolor fabric and vinyl paint or whatever it's called, I'd recommend it. I've used it on a few things before, and it's really held up well. I've actually used it on, I think, a grill on a truck. And even being exterior, it held up for a long time. One thing I like about Duplicolor, it covers very good and it dries fast. I'm always in a hurry when I'm doing something, so I don't have a lot of time to wait around for paint to dry. So quick recap on what's been done in here. In case you didn't see my other videos, replaced the bezel, the dash bezel, put a new stereo in it. When I first got the truck, I did a video on the interior just cleaning it all up, and in addition to that, new seat pad, seat cover, and back here, before I smash that, fixed this rear seat. It was stuck in the down position, and I did a video on how to fix all that, and I think I'm done with it for a while. I'm just gonna hopefully be driving it. So anyway, if you got anything out of this or enjoyed the Rammer series, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe. See you in the next one.